we're live. Hello everybody, good morning, good afternoon, happy time zones, wherever you might be. I'm Emma and welcome back to the House of Hubris here on twitch.tv/Saracent. And welcome back to Impostor Factory, the third of the To the Moon games. Well, fourth if you include Bird Story. 3.5. Which, surprise, may have actually been a prequel all along. Because we had a whole episode full of flashback last time, in which it turns out that this may have been part of the kind of the backstory of the making of the SigCorp memory alteration machine. And also it all got really quite heavy. So, before we go in, just a little content warning coming in off that. Obviously I don't know where we're going to go in this episode, but if it continues to deal with the stuff we had in last episode, then expect big emotions, because there always are in these games, but specifically around childbirth, disability, childhood disabilities, and childhood death. Fun! And also the slow erosion of, relationships under the dread hand of capitalism. Which is perhaps not the message they were intending for you to take away from it, but who knows, maybe they were. I'm not in the right window. Now I'm in the window. Yes, so we've just come back to the quote-unquote present. And I think we were just about to follow Linry downstairs. Well. Whoa. Can I interact with them? Entity deactivated. Are they all going to do that? My word, none of these entities are active. Charities lady with the 21-month resub, thank you so much, and welcome back. I still can't believe the numbers go that high, I'll be real. Ooh. It slightly changed up the progression of this tune. That transpose it into a major? I'm bad at music theory. Anyway, Linry? What? She seems preoccupied. Maybe I could sneak around first? Fine. Fine. Magic bathroom? Nothing. French kitchen? 3 deactivated Frenchmen. Two years as of start of next year. Yeah, I need to start making some kind of plan for what we're doing for the anniversary stream this year, because it's going to be a thing. You've heard it here first. There's the machine prototype. Okay, yeah, so you say we might be able to sneak around first. Not a great amount we can do, so let's just engage. Hey. It's almost ready. What is? And what's all this? I've been compiling a batch test case to check for certain suspicions. It was about done, but you were out too soon. Too soon? It felt like I was in there for quite a while. Most of last episode. You're in a separate data stream where time is experienced differently. It's only been a few minutes over here. Resuming compilation. 67%. Actually, While we're waiting, I have a question for you. For me? Yes. Given what you've seen... am I a terrible, selfish person? Love the nuance with yes but and no but. Shockingly, it turns out the dichotomy might not be real. No, I think again it's just... society has a lot with how capitalism treats disabled people that does kind of put unreachable objectives on us. I don't think that's fair to say. I mean, I can't say that you did all the right things, but I don't know how many people could have if they were actually in your shoes. Selfish? I suppose so. I wasn't... I mean, Quincy wasn't exactly altruistic either, but really did seem to try his best to put your happiness above all else. Apologies. Lenry? Compiling 72%. I see. Well, we still have time, so I'll return the favor. Anything you'd like to ask me? Why? Why do you even care what I think? I mean, if I am what I am, why are you even talking to me as if I'm actually him? Because there's a certain amount we can say about just experientiality, as I do most times, so I'll shut up. Because Because I'm supposed to be testing your believability. That's all. I don't believe you. That's so. Compiling 76%. Now, would you like to ask any actual questions while there's time? I mean, of course. Yeah. Sync time travel, murders, double Lenry, time tunnel room, the real Quincy. Wonder if I'm only going to be able to ask a certain number of these. I mean, one of these I was actually asking myself about earlier. What's with the murders? That didn't happen in the real world. So, what's with the murders happening here? I mean, this simulation is based on your memories, right? How come I didn't see it in the flashbacks? Because the murders never happened. At least, I don't remember it happening. Which is strange, because it seems to be unavoidable in this simulation based on my memory. Did you figure out why? Not yet, but with what I'm setting up, I'm afraid I'm about to. Compiling 82%. Okay, what do we want to know about? So we have the time sink. We have there being two Lenrys. We have the time tunnel room. We have the real Quincy. I'm interested in what the explanation given for the time sink is. But also, I'd kind of like to know what went on to happen to the real Quincy. Let's do that. I hope you don't mind me asking, but quite a few years skipped by at the end of that montage. What happened to me? I mean, to Quincy. I don't know. You don't know? I don't. It's been many years since we talked. after everything that happened, we just went our separate ways. Or perhaps, more accurately, I did. Compiling. 88%. It's almost complete. There's time for just a couple more questions. Sink. About that sink in the washroom. I know now the time wasn't being rewound, but why did it do what it did? The sink never did anything. I know it's hard to believe, but it was a coincidence. Or rather, a series of coincidences that happened over and over. As I was debugging, I reset the scenario a few times in the process. It was an oversight, but because you were an inserted entity and not native, you were not reset. And I just happened to be using that sink every time you did a reset. Yes. That's one of those that's like, it's believable, but also it's really unsatisfying. Isn't that too much of a coincidence? It is oddly improbable, but still above a 0% possibility. I mean, so are most things. One of the reasons for my suspicion, actually, but I'll test that soon. Compiling. 94%. One last question and we're starting. So we have there being 2 linearies, or what was with the time tunnel room. I mean, I feel like we know the answer to both of these. Because, I mean, double lineary is just because there's lineary the operator and lineary the existent entity within this, I would assume. Let's say time tunnel. That room upstairs that you sent me in, what's so special about it? I've just never been to that particular room in all my years here, that's all. Since this place is based on my memories, it's just a void space in there, so I used it. Honestly, there are still a lot of issues with these reconstructions. The exterior seems to be based on a more recent memory of it than the interiors, for one. Still a lot of work to be done. This just in, memory is inconsistent. Film at 11. Compiling. 100%. Okay, it's ready. I've prepared a batch of test scenarios with particular variables. Notably the location of Dr. Haynes and Dr. Yu, and their intent. As for you, you'll be my observer. Observer? Yep. All you have to do is go into the rooms and look at them. That's easy. Look at them to check if they're dead. That's easy, but less appealing. It's for science. Oh, then, yay? Indeed. You ready? Ah, the illusion of choice. Yes, yes, or definitely yes. Definitely yes. Great. Now, check the bathroom. The bathroom? Yep, I stuffed them there first. Can you not? That bathroom is like the only sanctuary I had left. It's fine, I'm monitoring and waiting right out here. Besides, you need to learn to get out of your comfort zone. Oh, we're way beyond the very concept of comfort zone. Not dead as far as I can tell. I see them. Oh, and Twisted Werewolf with the 21-month resub. Both of you, thank you so much. Good. Now, come back out. But what if I poke them? Hello? They don't seem responsive. So, alive or dead? Alive, I think. They aren't moving or responsive, though. Yeah, I've sent them on a different layer. Okay, now go back in and out a few more times and report their status. This is a zero escape game. We're gonna Schrödinger them. Okay. Which one of you was it that decided to somehow stealth me into playing another zero escape game? Alright. Always comes back, yeah. Whoa! I did this to myself, it's literally in the channel name. Well, I mean, it's true, but you didn't have to say it. Now? Still alive, but they're closer. Oh, that was me, sorry. Moved them for convenience. Go on, again. Oh! Linry! Dead, Lin. They're dead. Sure. Yes. This could be bad. It is bad. They're dead. Okay, I'm going to log off and get Dr. Kim to come and help. Just check the other rooms while I'm gone, alright? Wait, you're leaving me alone to check for more bodies? What's the issue? You've already seen much worse earlier. Besides, you know they're not real. I know I'm not real. I mean, in terms of realness, they're just as real as me. Fair point. Okay, then, here. What is this? Your bodyguard. My bodyguard. Yeah, you protect. Screenshot. Okay, I'll be back soon. Good luck. Wait. Tell me, do you really protect? Especially because Quincy would have no clue of that meme on account of, you know, being from, like, decades earlier. You don't protect. What the? I am system. Oh, I've seen you in her memories. Good. System supervises Quincy while Henry is gone. Do you now? Yes, I'm gonna be babysat by a giant talking sound wave. Do not be afraid, for this is not my final form. Wow, we've decided to go straight from all the emotions into all the memes. Behold, a form even you may comprehend. Is it Ricebot? Is it Ricebot? Yeah! Biblically accurate protect. Ricebot? Indeed. Ricebot was merely the humble beginning of my AI. But now I am much more. I am creator of worlds and cooker of rice. Taste my rice. Taste it. Holy... This is the tastiest rice I have ever eaten! How can something taste this good? Nobody knows. I need to know! There is no way to know. But when Quincy completes mission, reward is more rice. What are we waiting for then? Let's go find them. Ricebot, brackets, system, joined the party. Oh, yeah, you can come too. Cat, question mark, joined the party. Now let us proceed to the party hall, the kitchen, and the study. Repeatedly, until they die. There ought to be a better way to put that. Finally, we have other party members, when we've had this setup every time I've paused the game up till now. Please exit room to reset, and then enter again. If you don't mind me asking, what is the point of this? I mean, we're just resetting until they're dead. Why not just make them dead? It is not about them dying, but when they die. Each reset is configured with specific conditions. Patterns will be derived from experiment data. Hypothesis will be tested. Cause will be determined. Hypothesis? Anomaly detected. Death anomaly observed. Please proceed to next room. And now we have the room with corpses in it on our HUD. This game is strange. Fine. 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 Not fine. Anomaly detected. And the study. Stop. Hover time. Again, I do get what they're doing with the trying to marry the comedy moments and the drama, but it's not always landed perfectly. Wow, so powerful. And yes, I realize I just said powerful. So powerful. Fine. 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 Not fine. Anomaly detected. All current anomalies noted. Awaiting Linry for report. If you're gonna be here too anyhow, why'd you even need me here? Because Quincy is also test subject. In addition, data shows Quincy presence alters results. I change things by just being here? Why? Inconclusive. More data needed. Wait a minute. Does this have something to do with the cat? No, not you. You know, the the shroom digger's cat. Do you mean Schrodinger's cat? No, I'm pretty sure it's Shroom Digger's cat. It does not. Oh. Okay. Go back downstairs, I guess? Lenry? Hello? Where have all the other deactivated entities gone? Lenry? You're back. Lenry, what's going on? What are you doing? Lenry, you're scaring me. I just need a moment. What happened? What did you see out there? Nothing. Hey, you can tell me. It's not like I'm gonna run with it. Lenry? Lenry, initial tests were completed. The hypothesis holds. Continue. Yeah. I'll be there. Soon. Affirmative. Proceeding to party hall. The hypothesis? Please proceed to the party hall. Please proceed. Fine. I am proceeding. Okay, everyone's in here. It is starting. Here's the machine. I remember this from memories. They demoed the machine here, right? I don't think the replay got that far though. This is the furthest point. Huh? Death is variable, but all death tangents link to this moment. When they demo the machine for the guests. Affirmative. Data predicts if we leave this room now, everyone will die. Everyone here will die. Data predicts. Now, let us leave this room. The time has come for us to study statistical mechanics. What? Do we have to? It is imperative. Leave this room and come back to confirm. Can I poke the... Please leave and come back to this room. The scene will not be reset and deaths are expected. Fine. What the... She's gone. Data shows Lenry is offline. Again? She will be back. In the meantime, please return to party hall. Okay, everyone's dead. Who could have seen this coming? Deaths confirmed. Resetting room. Wait, if you could just reset the room while we're in here. Why did we have to leave and come back every time earlier? Leaving was not necessary for reset. Leaving was necessary for death. What? Whenever we look, they do not die. Whoa, what happened? I'm not certain. This isn't supposed to. It's never happened before. Under this scenario, equipment damage occurs. Core computing unit in basement is destroyed. Destroyed? How? Data unknown. Resetting. Now, the final test. Quincy will go to basement. The core computing control room. Affirmative. Both sites will be observed. Data anomaly is expected. What kind of anomaly? Unknown. Guess I'll find out then. Do you remember the entrance? The pool table. Affirmative. Please proceed. Wait. It is dangerous to go alone. Again, memes. Like, I get what you're trying to do, but there's a way to work these things in subtly. Take this. Wow, we are going for the classic meme with the cat in the hand. Denied. Take this. Take this. Cat joined the party. I mean, sure, why not? Let's play some pool. Okay, we're down. Kinda creepy with no one here, though. We have our purposeful cat, though. Let's go and poke around the other rooms, shall we? In this room, there's nothing. In this room, nothing. But in this room, nothing. But hey, what about this room? Nothing. Fine, I guess we'll go to the actual room we're meant to be going to. Honestly. Something railroading in video games. I say entirely tongue-in-cheek, for the record. What the pug? I don't remember this hall being nearly this long before. Well, it did say data anomaly. What was that? Did you hear that? Something's not right. We getting welcome to the spook part of the game, apparently. Fine, if I must. Okay, you know what? Stop. Just stop it. What the pug is this? Why is the corridor so long? Where's that light keep coming from? And what's with all the weird sounds? You hear that? Freaking creepy wood creaking. How? It's all metal and concrete here. There is no wood. And you... What do you even do? How are you supposed to protect? You don't even have a knife. You're just a cat. And now that I think about it, you aren't even that long. If only you were actually helpful. Now, don't be mean to the cat, Quincy. Okay, look. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said that. It's just been a rough day, you know? I mean, first all murders, and then I find out that I don't exist. Even for an optimist, that stings. On the outside, I guess it really can't get any worse from here. Why would you say that? Come on, let's go finish this. Whatever's up ahead, we'll take it. Wait, what was that? You've changed. You've become something else. Something more. See, that's more of a deep cut reference that I appreciate. You're taking the lead? The darkest hour you've really come through for me. I'm sorry I ever doubted you. Alright, let's go observe the pug out of that computer. And now we are cat. They've even changed places in here. This game, I swear, still can't run anymore. Hello, Henry. You're back. Yeah, sorry. I had to step out to double check something. You almost at the control center? I sure hope so. We've been walking for ages. The corridor leading to it seems to be stretched. It seems to be looping. Boy, I'll say. Wait, you mean literally? Yeah. Hang on. It should be fixed now. Thanks, but why was it like that? I'm not certain, but the room should be just ahead now. Tell me when you get there. I'll start the demo sequence then. Alright. Here is the chandelier computer. Well, we're finally here. You ready? Okay, Linry, do you hear me?
The scene is ready and loaded.
Should we, prepare for something?
Just being there's enough. We'll have your data stream. You only need to stand there and observe.
Okay, I'm good at that.
Well then, shall we begin?
Begin the final test? Yes. Yeah, we're ready. Let's do it.
Okay, the demo scene is starting. You should see the machine powering up.
Yep. It just did.
Good. Keep your eyes on it and tell me if you see anything weird.
Everything's weird here. Uh-huh.
Do you see anything?
No, it seems to be running normally. Although there's some weird sound.
What kind of weird sound? Is the machine short-circuiting?
No, it's not coming from the machine. It seems to be coming from...
Quincy? The system's almost ready. What are you seeing?
I'd give that a solid rating of, Also, the cat did nothing!
Don't move. What are you? I can't get a reading on you.
You already know why.
Then, you the reason? When I unplugged from here earlier, I logged off, there was nothing. Nothing but the machine to log back in with. As if the entire world just vanished. Am I? Not really, though.
No. You are real. Relative to this place, at least. Henry?
Then, how many?
Too many. What is it talking about? Too many what?
Too many worlds.
Ah, yes. It's the lesser known corollary of the many worlds hypothesis is the post Copenhagen interpretation or too many worlds hypothesis, where we just kind of go, there's a lot of them out there. Wait, this is the plot of Everything Everywhere All at Once. I'm not original and I never claimed to be.
You're a long way up, Quincy. There are a lot of layers beneath us.
Oh, right, this is the simulated reality hypothesis, where it's just running the numbers.
I may have created your world, but another has created mine. Over and over until, after however many layers, at the bottom of the stack there exists the world that ran the first simulation. As each simulation creates another, the original at the bottom is weighed down more and more. Until finally, even if just one more simulation is created, no matter how abstract, it will be enough to overload and collapse the entire structure. Tell me, are we at the top of that stack?
You're correct. Hit the switch again. This seems to be really loud again.
And there's something that I still don't get. Why don't we just cut the infinite loop from the get-go? Why are you trying to preserve this world without eliminating us? Why are you here, even bothering to talk to us about any of this?
Why do you even bother talking to him? Hey, I'm right here.
It's different. He's...
Henry?
Tell me, who are we to you?
To me? Hi, Faye.
To me, you're no one. And then again, that doesn't mean much. I'm not so different from that right spot of this world after all.
You don't look like a rice bud.
No, I certainly hope not.
So yeah, looks like this wasn't a prequel after all. You... No, that's not Quincy talking.
Were you also an AI refit for the simulations? Well, not exactly. But I sure do clean up after your mess just the same. These worlds may be simulations, but the automation still follows the laws of physics. To a fault, really. In cases like this, for example, someone has to manually prevent everything imploding. Fortunately, I happen to have an innate disregard for the laws of physics. But that's all a story for another day.
Or indeed, a previous day. When we played this game. Hey, why are you... Hey, hear that theme coming back.
Shall we? There are a lot of tangents out there beyond this one.
Did my volume drop? Did it? Not that I'm aware of. Everything's still set to the same as it was. Now I am filled with concern. might just be you. Yeah, everything's still reading the same to me. Might be on your end.
There are a lot of tangents out there beyond this one. Each moment blooming into countless branches of their own. This particular tangent is being observed because it's special. It's special because, despite being at the top of the stack, it was almost identical to base reality.
Until I broke it.
There, everything began unfolding the same way. Your childhood, your youth. Your diagnosis. And just like here, against all odds, you kept pushing on. Never wasting a moment to unravel as much of the world as you can while you still could. You learned all you could, tried as hard as you could. You met someone. Someone you imagined the future with. You graduated into a career where you felt you could make a difference. For a while, at least. Till it became something else. Too much to bear. You escaped to travel the world. Wonder why you didn't do it sooner. The base reality where we're from, it all followed the same course. That is, up till that point. When you came back from the trip and found out you were pregnant.
It's a soft, fuzzy place for you that this series keeps coming down to some great love stories. Yeah.
When you became ill halfway through the pregnancy. When you had to make that choice between yourself and the child. You chose to delay your surgery until he was due. You chose the child.
Congratulations, but please rest well. You need some time to recover, but we're quite behind already. We'll be transferring you to surgical unit soon.
I understand. How's he doing?
He's okay. You're the one we should be worrying about. Okay, this is all getting emotional again, but annoyingly, Twitch is insisting that I take a break. So I will run some ads and be back with you in 3 minutes. As ever, you know, get up, get a snack, have some water, take your meds if you need to, move around, and let the ads run, and I will be back with you in 3 when I think we might be finishing this. Honestly, no clue. We'll see what happens. And then after that, we'll do something. Cool. See you in a few. And we're back. I love getting over.
It's tiny. Oh, little Toby Reynard.
Actually, about that, I've been thinking, well, maybe you should take your surname instead. Also, I've just noticed that Toby Reynard is literally just cognate to Toby Fox, which, if that's not intentional, is really funny.
Nice surname.
I mean, I can't think of any reason why not. And after all that, I can think of lots of reasons why he should.
Well, love that. Though, Toby doesn't ring a spell with Watts, does it?
Oh! Oh, she's Neil's mum. Also, yeah, it does. Toby Watts sounds great. Do you have something else in mind there?
How about Neil?
Neil, huh? Yeah, I like it. Our little Neil Watts.
Base reality, your son never had the complications of an early birth.
But he's still got a whole bunch of interesting health problems.
He made it through childhood just fine. With all the love you and Quincy could give him. As for you, you never fully recovered. With the delay, the treatment couldn't revert your decline. And you spent much of your remaining years bedridden. Still, perhaps out of the will to be there for him, you lived long past your prognosis. To watch him grow up, even if just a little more. Eventually, as you felt your time coming near, you sought out some old friends to leave something for him for when he grows up. You left him a piece of your memories. At the time, there was no way to decrypt it. But still, someday you won't. When it rains, it pours. Soon after you passed away, your son was diagnosed with the same hereditary condition. But perhaps it was a reminder of his limited time here. Memento mori. It stirred up something within him, pushing him further as it did for you.
Oh, and that's him and Eva at school.
Although he tried distancing himself from others, knowing what might await those who get close, he wasn't successful with everyone.
Really, Streamlabs? Really? You're doing this now? My dude, read the room. Why does it only seem to happen after the first advert break now? So we get an hour of me thinking, oh, it might actually be fixed. And then... okay.
Slowly, from the very basics, he worked and worked. All the way past the research you left behind. But despite it all, when the time came, a again and again he was rejected by the Foundation over your incident. So instead he sought an alternate route. He pivoted to an external company that licensed the imperfected technology. Rather quickly he made it into the ranks. With some help from a friend. It was a company where he could still access the code and hardware of the technology. A company that used it to fulfill last wishes by implanting the memories of a new life. A company called Sigmund Corp. It's been many years since then. In that time he's aided countless patients and witnessed as many lives go by. All while perfecting the technology on his own accord with the hardware and data access. And today, in that world, he succeeded. The world that we're in, and every world in the stack it stands upon. They're the result of the first functional stress test from the machine he perfected. The first successful test. This machine he built, what is it for? A window to a world where everyone could leave a part of themselves after they're gone. So that everyone who ever existed, no matter how ephemeral, could have a lasting place in this world. Without having to say goodbye even earlier than they have to. To see and experience all the different possibilities this life has to offer. My life here since the day he was born, I wished I'd made a different choice then. I'm so glad that somewhere out there I did. I'm so glad that he's made it.
Those onion ninjas come again, honestly.
It's almost time. Now that we've gone beyond the boundary of set events, this tangent needs to be terminated.
Terminated? It's just one tangent. Can't you let it run just this once?
It's not just this one tangent. Out of the countless paths the test generated, this is not the only one that reached this point. As I speak to you on this roof, I'm also speaking to thousands of other versions of you elsewhere. They too managed to dig deep enough to have found me. And if I don't terminate them, the Foundation will fail and take everything with it regardless. This world was never meant to exist beyond this point. But
worlds aside, I might have a way to give you time.
When you're ready, come with me. There's a place we need to go to.
Anomaly detected. Hi, Ricebot. Ricebot? You guys got here just in time. Hey, can they come with us?
No, I'm afraid not. Where we're going, there's no protocol for them. They'll have to stay here.
Hey, about what happened back there. I know it was pretty scary, huh? Listen, I don't blame you for running.
be honest, I was so panicked that I didn't even notice you were gone.
I noticed.
On the other hand, sorry we got the world to leave it? I'd say curiosity killed the cat, but I guess we weren't ever even alive. I honestly still don't know what your deal is, but maybe I'll see you at a reboot one day and find out, yeah? Take care, little dude. So, you heard that, right? Affirmative. I am linked to Linry's data feed. But do not worry, for I am well versed. Well versed in what? In ceasing to exist. I am shut down daily. I'm not sure if it's the same thing, but let's hope so. There can be no difference between nothingness. Farewell. Until next time. Farewell, Riceman. You doing okay? Hey, Linry? Yeah, I'm more than okay.
But what's this interaction point over here about? Just in case I'm making a choice I don't realise I'm making, I'm going to take a backup save here. Right, okay, I was just wondering if there was some kind of choice of, no, I am going to stay in the world. Groundskeeper livid. Okay, yeah, nothing we can do but follow Faye.
Well, should we go?
Yeah.
Yeah, Linry? I'm ready.
So, where are we going?
Somewhere far, but you'll be among good company. Now, this ride might be a bit more intense than the last one. Do you like the front seat or the back?
It really doesn't matter to me. I guess Linry can sit up front.
Alright, you're cool.
Are we going to the moon by any chance?
We've reached our station. Looks like we're the last to arrive. The last ones.
What is all this? Wow, there's a nightmarish concept.
Are these all versions of you from tangents where I materialised? Yes. Salvageable ones, at least.
Salvageable ones.
Well, we can't extend every rogue version of you, but if we consolidate the ones similar enough, then there'd only be one set to deal with. That's the way to end the rogue infinite loops, but still keep you. Yeah, in a sense. Speaking of which, I think everyone's here.
Well, there goes that nightmare. Instead, we have the different nightmare of having every version of you from countless different universe just smushed into one brain.
Yeah, isn't that all better? Sorry you have to see me like this, but
I'll try and be quick. You clipped the beep. What are you doing?
Didn't I tell you already? I'm saving the world. Finally. Some peace and quiet.
Well, Faye, you've got Eldritch since I last saw you.
All these lights. It's time for them to rest so others may keep shining.
Yeah, wow.
Beyond that gate, you'll find a new life for yourselves. One where your illness is cured, where everyone lives happily ever after. It'll be a linear illusion with little resource required to maintain. But to you, it'll feel like a lifetime as real as your own.
Will they remember this Eldritch nightmare?
Think of it as a parting gift.
You hear that, Lenry? We get to live the perfect timeline.
Lenry? There's no point. I'm beyond grateful that our son's out there, but our purpose here is done. What truly happened beyond this world is already set. Why would another virtual ride matter when not even our own did? I've already seen all there is to see. All that truly matters, anyway.
But what if you haven't? I mean, I certainly have my world shattered too in more ways than one. But if anything, doesn't this broaden the possibilities, not narrow it? And for that matter, why does it even matter if our reality isn't base reality? They may not be the reality, but they were still our realities, and all that we'd known. I mean, who's even to say that hers is truly the ultimate end of the stack? What's beyond that gate, it may not be real relative to her, but it's just as real relative to us. And who knows? Maybe it'll be a glimpse of a reality that's truly out there somewhere. A reality that we can visit. Time to grow old together. What do you say, Larry? Want to go on one last trip together? Her face just over there like, don't mind me. You'll wait for us until then?
I won't need to wait. To me, time's a place. Go on.
Yes, because once you've created an AI this strong, then within the reality of a simulation, they're basically God.
Your new life's waiting.
Taking us right the way back. Is it time for Laura Shihara makes us cry again? I like this because it's not at any point saying in and of itself that the non-disabled life would be better. They're just saying that it'd be easier and not the worst thing to go out on the thought of, which they're kind of not wrong. At least that's the way I'm choosing to read it. See, all these places we didn't go the other time. Simple choice. Yeah, that's it. And then we had Neil. In this alternate reality, Neil and Eva were a couple because, you know, when you are a fantasy of your parents, that's generally what happens. Now we are old Quincy in side-scrolling epilogue, where I will try and escape because that is the nature of me playing a video game. Hello, child. Hello. Ava's family, I'm guessing. Hello, everyone on the dance floor. Also, I like that you walk next to someone and you start dancing with them automatically, because you know that's a nice touch. That is some peak attached to wedding. And then we ran off to make out in the bushes. Or not. They had kids. And then their daughter went off to college, I'm assuming. Yeah, it's a really nicely directed montage.
Well, we had a good run, huh?
The bestest. Streamlabs. We were just talking about good timing. And now you have to do this. Well, 28. That's an even higher number than usual. We will get back to this emotional moment in a second. Oh, yay, we're back.
It's about time. This is all I can manage to do. Is it enough? More than I could ever ask for. But I just wish you were actually here. He is here. He's been here this whole time. And from now on, he always will be. From now on, everybody will be.
That was a whole thing. And no Laura Shigahara to make us cry this time. Just got the one achievement for this, which is End the World. Oh, there is a vocal one. Oh, shut up. That game did not go where I was expecting it to at basically any point. So, nice, I guess. Is pressing space to continue just going to crash me out, or do we have a post-credits? Let's find out. Neil in the cybersphere. Oh, Neil, there you are. I just can't hold it in anymore. I must confess to you. That's not funny. It's a little funny. Yeah.
So, to handle that alright?
Yeah. Thanks.
Strange how that's supposed to be the perfect timeline, though. It only felt perfect because it had the context of adversity that already exists here.
Exactly. Thank you, Neil. Yes, this is what I was saying about how it's not saying that the life without their disabilities would be better, just that once you've already experienced that, the simplicity of not having to deal with that is very appealing.
Without that, there was nothing to overcome. It passed by without even a meaningful ripple. Still. You familiar with the Library of Babel?
I can be.
Should I download the encyclopedia on it? No, that's alright. I mean, it's like 30 pages. It's this theoretical...
Good talk.
It's this theoretical library of books containing every possible combination of letters and punctuation. Anything that can be written or ever will be can be found there. So it's mostly nonsense and noise, but once in a while you reach for a book and it just happens to be exactly what you need.
Or, by some readings, oh god, you've nerd sniped me into talking about Borges. Yeah, by some readings, every book is. Because given the existence of ciphers, every book is exactly the book you need, just in a very advanced code. And then that's why he does the same thing, condensing it down to one book that contains all books in the Book of Sand, which is another Borges thing that I will talk about at some length. There's a lot to be said in it that doesn't normally get pulled up, of how it's really about how language constructs meaning. In the right language, any combination of sounds can mean anything. Anyway, I'm going to stop doing Lit Crit Brain now. I've got a game to finish. That's probably not good.
What is that?
A perimeter breach tent. I gotta go.
Perimeter breach? What perimeter? Wait, you don't mean...
Perimeter breach attempt, by which I mean somebody is ringing the doorbell to my apartment.
Neil! I don't have your stapler elsewhere. Don't be silly. We were just nearby.
Nearby now, very far an hour ago, for deciding to be nearby.
Yeah, what are the chances, right? So, anyway, we were going to go somewhere rad. You in?
How rad?
Surprisingly rad.
Hard pass.
Jeez, somebody's a party pooper. Well, alright, I guess no all-you-can-eat ice cream for Neil, then. I said, I guess no all-you-can-eat ice cream for Neil, then. We might as well, Neil. Who knows when will be the next time we'd be able to... How'd you change so fast?
It's a coat. It's not a cocktail dress.
I'm expecting greatness. You forgot to close the... Is somebody in there? Hello?
Episode X. Complete. So this is tying back to the end to Minisode 2, isn't it? ... question mark indeed game. Thank you for supporting the series through the years, by which we mean through the last few weeks. Although, I got the first game when it was new, so... why am I arguing with this disclaimer? Yeah, so here we do, like I say, ties into, again, the bit in Minisode 2 where it's just, and alluded to repeatedly at the end there, just like, how do you say what the original reality is? Because the whole point of a simulated reality is that it would be axiomatically inseparable from actual reality for somebody inside it. Oh. What time is it? It's 20 to 4. You see, I kind of thought we were coming close to the end. So you'd have thought I would have prepared something to do for the last hour. I did not. Actually, I say that, I think I'm lying. I think I did think of something. I'm gonna switch back to booth while I move, work out things. Also, I should take this hoodie off. It's cold everywhere in this house other than the room where I am streaming, and it is very warm. So, important piece of commentary for you all, clearly. And then I closed the game, but nobody saw it. Yes, because I remember... Where is it? Where is it? I had a think. There. It says 2 hours playtime. Obviously that was without voicing it. But let's see how it goes. And, you know, I might run a little long to finish this. Please say this is going to load. And now I realise I need to change the... 1 second. Oh. Okay, good to know that apparently the Streamlabs problem isn't limited to when I'm playing one of those games. That's exciting. Let me just... Does that have... No. Great. Oh well. Yeah. Resource monitor is like, your CPU is being really heavily used. Couldn't tell you why. Excellent. Cool. Cool. Very cool. Well, I guess we'll just have to accept that that's going to be happening for now. Although I have just noticed that my GPU is running at 78 degrees. That seems high. Now, I'm not good at hardware, but that seems high. Interesting. May need to have some tech fixes done. Great. Great. Very cool. Well, let's see if I can get this running for now, and if not, we'll stop, but, that was an important, little aside for you all. No, that's not the button. I need to actually change the windows before I press that button. Ah, well, I didn't. Anyway, yes, hi, this is Assemble with Care. A game in which you do that thing I just said. And I remember it being extremely chill and very pleasant. And let's put this mixtape on. Plug in headphones. This game is best played with sound. But luckily, I'm giving you all sound. Press play. I really hope none of this stuff gets me taken down.
After a year on the road, I thought I'd get tired of traveling. The endless clatter of railways, highways, and everything in between.
I forgot that this had its own voice acting, so let's face it, I'm going to be just basically watching a movie.
But as my train pulled into the station at Bellariva, I felt every bit as
How is
excited
the
as
audio
the
for
first
people?
day of my journey.
Because obviously, we've just come into it with the same settings as the last game had.
A whole year. It felt like a lifetime. The places I'd seen, the people I'd met, of course, the forgotten treasures I'd given a new lease of life along the way.
It's a bit louder than me. Huh. Now, do I have settings? Oh god, I pressed escape. Okay, no, it's good. It's good. Let's try that.
After a year on the road, I thought I'd get tired of traveling. The endless clatter of railways,
Again, let me know.
highways, and everything, and
We
as my
just
train
had
pulled in
hope
a
of
whole
both these,
year.
all of these things.
It felt like a lifetime.
Yes.
I'm a restorer by trade. Bringing our most beloved possessions back to life is what I love to do. I'd been traveling for months, working my way from one town to the next, fixing everything from family heirlooms to VCRs.
Just from the art and the music so far, can you not tell that this is incredibly chill? Oh hey, repair shop. Yeah, not.
Bellariva was my chance to take a break. Unfortunately, that would have to wait until after I'd unpacked.
Wait, that's a different game that we've played on this. Here's our suitcase. Here is our coffee. Oh, we can just take the coffee. Oh, the coffee is your pause menu. That's great. I love that. For when you just want to sit back, have a tiny coffee, because you're in off-brand Italy. How do I... Yes, and this is all mouse controlled. It is very tactile. Click on clasps to open. You have so much spare space in your suitcase. What are you using that for? You could have a smaller bag. Click on toolbox.
Tools of my trade. No hope of restoring things without these.
Tools helpful for doing things, turns out.
I picked up these sunglasses on my last stop. Hopefully I'm cool enough to pull them off.
You are if you think you are.
I saw a guitarist wearing these at a show once. Rock and roll repair woman, at your service.
tantrum, earrings, clap, 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 clap.
My passport. Not many blank pages left now. Who doesn't love a scrunchie? Practical and stylish.
I have no strong opinions on a scrunchie.
My parents took this after I made my first repair. Seems like a lifetime ago. Looking forward to taking more close-ups of my fingers with this.
Remember disposable film cameras?
I'll hand these out once I'm settled in. Fingers crossed they get me some work. My favorite overalls. These will never go out of style.
Is there a reason for that? Suitcase complete.
Finally, I'd made it to Bella Riva. I'd come for the food festival, taking place in a few days' time. After living off TV dinners and instant ramen for the last few months, I was craving a decent meal.
Okay, speaking as someone who lives off those to begin with, but yeah. Weird video hitch there, but Streamlabs is not doing anything fun, so cool. God, it's nice having a game that will tell the story for me on occasion.
Of course, I'd need to earn enough money to pay for it, so I figured I'd head out the next day and find some work.
Simple as that.
My parents never wanted me to go. They wanted me to stay in their shop and have a simple, stationary life. I knew there was a world out there, beyond the four walls of our antique store, that I had to be a part of. I daydreamed constantly about the weird and wonderful places each of our antiques came from. I loved figuring out their stories, revealing the memories hidden beneath the screws and wires. My story in Bella Riva began with a little girl, and a voice she was longing to hear.
This is essentially a Ghibli film, isn't it? See, I can just skip ahead because I have finished this game before, like 6 years ago. But let's, play the game in order.
It was my first morning in Bella Riva, and I couldn't wait to leave my hotel and explore. It was a quiet town, its streets and alleyways basking peacefully in the hot morning sun. In the main square, meanwhile, preparations were underway for the festival in a few days' time. As I handed out my flyers, I wondered what the people of Bella Riva would need me to fix. So far, everything here seemed perfect. I was starting to worry I'd made a mistake when I felt someone tapping me on the back.
Hi, I'm Izzy. Do you know how to fix things?
And frankly, having VA on this is great because it means I don't have to spend even more time pretending to be children because I'm very bad at it.
It was a little girl, maybe 7 years old, who must have gotten hold of one of my flyers. She rummaged around in her backpack until she hauled out a battered red cassette deck.
My tape is broken and I can't make it work anymore. I tried to fix it myself, but there's this metal thing in the way. Can you try?
Yes. And we will succeed. I mean, for one, we should probably fix this tape.
Why did you do that?
Because this is the thing we had to do back in the day.
How did you do that? I didn't see.
Magic. I am the tape witch. Yeah, just having this all done on mouse control, there's such tactility to it all. It's very, very pleasing.
Aha! Those batteries look like they need replacing. Luckily, I have some spares.
You can tell, because they go blue when they're tired? I don't know. we do have somewhere to put the screws. That. Oh, do you want us to actually put the tape in? God, can you do anything for yourself, child? No? Do you want me to... Do I have to press play for you?
Will you dream a dream for me? If I sit by your side and hold you so tight, know that I will.
It just sounds like the
always
ending
love
credits
you,
of Steven Universe.
even though we both know that we must say
Complimentary.
goodnight. Good night, my darling.
When it finished, Izzy picked up the tape deck and tucked it carefully into her backpack.
Thanks, Maria. You're the best person at fixing things ever.
No problem. Who was that singing? They're very good.
It's my mum. She's not here anymore.
Izzy trailed off. It was the kind of silence
God, is
a
everything
cassette
tonight
tape would never be enough to
gonna
fill.
be just parental trauma?
When Izzy's friends called for her, she dug deep into her pockets, looking for something to pay me with. Eventually, she produced a grand total of a stick of gum, 3 mismatched buttons, and a yo-yo.
Truly a king's ransom.
I usually preferred a check, but Izzy looked so serious, I wrote out a full receipt. She seemed like a happy kid, but beneath it all, part of her life had been shattered. A part I wouldn't be able to fix.
Or would you? No, you probably wouldn't. I can't even try and spoil the story, because I don't remember it. We fixed a cassette player. Go us. Okay, well that seems like a perfect time for me to take a short break. So, as ever, I'm going to go away for a few minutes, just sort some stuff out, get some more water, stretch my legs. I would recommend that all of you do the same. I need to run some ads. If you'd let them run, that would be good. But otherwise, I will see you back in probably about 5 or 10 minutes when we'll continue to chill with Assemble with Care. And just, you know, just hang out. There's no strong demands on this, and we might finish it today, we might not. We'll see. Love you all, and I will see you again in a few. And I'm back. Hello. I think Streamlabs may have just been having a moment while I was away, but thankfully I did it while I was away. And let's do chapter 3. Hope everyone's doing alright.
My first repair complete, I spent the rest of the day doing small jobs in and around the square. I was exhausted when I got back to my hotel and found a message asking me to make one more visit. The address led me to a quaint little house, a stone's throw from the beach. Bathed in the evening light, it looked beautiful, in spite of its flaking paintwork and chipped tiles. The front door was opened by a harried-looking man, still dressed from a long day at the office.
Are you Maria? My name's Joseph. I'm Isabel's father. I'm so sorry she bothered you this morning. Please, come in. I'd like to settle up properly.
On the mantelpiece, I saw the remains of a broken statue. Without thinking, I picked up a fragment.
Ah, my father's statue. What's left of it, at least. Yet another way I'd have disappointed him.
Wow, way to go hard with your personal trauma right out of the gate.
It survived 100 years in this family. But 5 minutes with Isabel and... Do you think you can salvage it?
It's what we do.
Will you be able to see the glue afterwards? I don't want people seeing the cracks.
Oh yes, this is You don't click and drag it, it's just drag. Need that way first.
Sometimes I think my daughter should come with a warning label.
I mean, the statue wouldn't be able to read it, my dude. Well, that would be wrong arm.
Is this glue really strong enough to hold everything together?
I mean, how much are you planning to do with this statue? And once again, let me do my job. Look, we fixed it. Any more complaining you'd like to do?
Thank you, Maria. It looks as perfect as it ever did. My father wanted me to make something of myself. He didn't have time for anything less.
As Joseph put the statue back on the shelf, it nudged against the family portrait stood proudly next to it. So he was Bellariva's mayor. And that was Izzy's mom. They must both miss her so much.
You don't know that.
Sorry. I'm a little tired.
Weirdly harsh.
I've been working late getting things sorted for the festival. There's only a few days to go. Looks like I'll be working late. Again.
When I told my parents I wanted to leave, they always found an excuse to be busy, to avoid talking about it. I guess keeping themselves occupied was their way of pretending it wasn't happening.
Seriously, everyone has family trauma to share.
Joseph's work must have been taking up so much of his time. But maybe that was what he wanted. I just hoped he was finding enough time for Izzy, too. My second day in Bellariva dawned bright and clear. Another beautiful sunny morning. Walking into town, I passed cafes overflowing with customers cradling their morning coffees. I stopped, breathing in the smell of roasted coffee beans and freshly baked pastries.
Yeah, this is very much just, like say, the Studio Ghibli Mediterranean.
I was about to go inside when the owner of Carmen's, the cafe next door, stopped me.
Shocking,
hello,
named Carmen.
Maria. Were you here yesterday handing out flyers? I have a job for you.
Her place was petite, tucked between its competitors as if hoping they wouldn't notice. Judging by the empty tables inside, though, her potential customers hadn't noticed it either.
Well, and also because this looks like the kind of city where every third building is a trattoria.
It's a bit slow today, but we're just getting started. I'm sure it'll pick up soon.
As Carmen chatted, she walked over to the counter and returned with an old rotary phone.
At least I've got plenty of time to practice my recipe for the festival. It's a new special I've been working on. I was hoping to call my sister for some, seasoning tips, but it won't connect. Can you see if you can figure out what's wrong?
Almost certainly. Ooh, we're gonna be doing some actual repairs. Alright, let's take a look. handset looks broadly fine.
You can fix it, can't you? I can't afford to replace it.
Once again, let me work.
Obviously, we'd normally be much busier than this.
I don't believe you. No, I want that bit. I don't need to do any maintenance on that shell. Okay, so that bell's broken. We're gonna need to take everything off, aren't we? I can probably leave that bell attached. That's fine. This is fried. Hook the wire right into the toolbox. Replace that with a non-fried PCB, which I just so happen to be carrying. Phone wire to phone. Bell wire to bell.
Looks like this new circuit board is all hooked up.
Stick that back in. Screws. New bell. Screw. Casing back on. Multiple screws. I love how even when I'm doing screws up in a game that clearly doesn't have that kind of physics simulation, I still do them opposite corners to make sure things don't get twisted off. Clearly, I have spent far too long doing this. Yes, I know something's still missing, Maria. I know how a phone works. I, to use the technical term, hadn't finished.
When I handed the phone back to Carmen, she seemed almost reluctant to take it from me.
Big mood.
So it's all working now, is it? I don't have to leave it to dry or let it cool down?
Nope, it's ready to go. It'll be ringing off the hook in no time.
That's if I can pay my phone bill, anyway. And the rent, and the suppliers. Anyway, take a seat and I'll be right with you.
Have I ever used a rotary phone? Yes. Yes, I have.
I sat at one of the empty tables, while at the counter, Carmen had started dialing the phone.
Hello! How's my favourite sister doing today?
As she talked, Carmen became more and more tense. This didn't seem like a call for some cooking advice.
I know I still owe you from last time, but I can't afford to take part in the festival if I don't pay.
I could almost feel the eye roll at the other end of the line.
You don't need to be here, though. Can't you just put the check in the post?
When the call ended, Carmen brought me my coffee, her hands trembling.
Sorry about that. My sister's decided to fly in for a visit. Oh god, I have to get ready.
Everyone in this town is very big on just immediately involving you in their drama.
Actually, I might have another job for you. Can you come by tomorrow?
I'll do you one better. I'll come by now. As we put together this not Pentax honestly camera.
The next day, I'd promised Carmen I'd return to help her get the cafe ready for her sister's arrival. I was about to set out when I received an unexpected call from my hotel's reception desk. Apparently, another guest had asked for me by name.
It's almost like I put a bunch of flyers.
Curious, I took the creaking elevator up to the top floor and made my way to the room number they'd given. I knocked.
Are you here about the camera? It's about time.
I'd forgotten quite how stylish everyone in this game was.
The woman in front of me was immaculate. Not a hair out of place or a crease to be seen.
My sister tells me you know how to fix things. I'd usually go to an expert, of course, but in this town...
So this was Carmen's sister? The two of them couldn't have been more different.
Again, weirdly judgy.
Inside her room, I saw a beautiful reflex camera. Any professional photographer's dream.
The viewfinder is completely dark. I can't see anything through it at all. I assume you can figure out what's wrong?
I mean, yes, thanks to my handy diagram of how this is meant to work. Alright. Take the filter off. Realize there's another screw.
I don't suppose you've fixed anything this valuable before.
You don't know me, lady. Unclip the broken mirror, replace it with the non-broken mirror.
If I use the screwdriver, I could adjust the angle of the mirror. Perfect. Now the viewfinder should be working.
Screw these back on.
There's still a part I need to attach. Where does it go?
Oh. So your problem here is that you haven't put any damn film in it. Didn't realise that was part of my job, but sure, I guess.
I felt a pang of envy as I handed the camera to Helena. I put my disposable to shame.
I picked it up on my first trip to Paris. It's a 1958 limited edition, the first of its kind. It cost me 3 months' salary, but it was worth it.
And yet I just gave it to some woman I'd never met before.
I had no idea what 3 months' salary meant to Helena, but I was pretty sure it was more than I could afford. It was strange, really, that we were even staying in the same hotel. I'd picked this place because it was cheap and cheerful, but surely she could afford somewhere better? She took some test shots, fiddling with the camera settings until she was absolutely satisfied.
This work is immaculate. At least there's one person in this town who knows what they're doing.
I had the manual right in front of me.
Sending you to me might be the first thing Carmen's actually gotten right.
I wondered why Helena had bothered coming if she thought so little of her sister.
I hear nothing from her for weeks, and then when she finally does call me, all she wants is money. If she thinks I'm lending her another penny, she'll have to convince me it's not a total waste of time.
That didn't sound good. If Hurricane Helena was about to hit, I hoped Carmen was ready.
Again, everyone, just right in there with the drama. Hey, do you want to hear all about my poor relationship with my family? No? Well, good. You're going to.
The sun was setting over Bella Riva by the time I reached Carmen's cafe. From the outside, it looked as quiet as ever, but inside, I found Carmen cleaning like her life depended on it.
Maria! Oh, don't mind all of this. this. If Helena finds one speck of dust in here, I'll never hear the end of it.
Carmen seemed pleased to see me, but I sensed the fidgeting tension beneath each sweep of her mop. Trying to live up to the standards of someone like Helena seemed like an impossible task.
I mean, it's not that hard to sense the tension beneath. I'll never hit the end of it!
I hope you didn't mind fixing the camera for her. She was furious when it broke. I really need this to go well. If she doesn't lend me the money, I don't know how long I can keep this place going.
Carmen led me to a back room, where she'd laid out the components of what looked like a
known me for like
neon
2 days,
sign.
lady.
I had this made when I first opened the cafe, but I'm hopeless with electronics.
So there was supposed to be a sign outside. This might explain the lack of customers.
I'd like to put it up before Helena gets here. Can you give it a try?
Yes, we can. Stick your bits of neon on the front. Unscrew what looks like a tray from the back. You see, your problem here is... oh, that one's gluing on. Problem here is you haven't got all the bits. Ah, didn't mean to detach that. Oh no, I might not be as good at my job as I thought.
I think the whole thing is supposed to light up.
Yes, I know. One of the bits didn't light up on account of I hadn't put it on there yet.
I don't know, it's a bit flat. Maybe if it flashes, it'll really catch people's eye.
Great idea. I think I have a spare part that could do that.
What? Okay. Let's not go into why you've got this interrupter panel, we'll just go with it. Because Maria clearly has a little bit of everything. That was, frankly, too much glue, but whatever, it worked out.
It still needs something else. Maybe we can add one of these.
I mean, now, I'm just going off the bit where we saw the finished article in the menu, and it had the ice cream on it, but maybe that's the way to go? Hard to say. Oh wait, does it need to go through that last? I doubt actually it matters what order things go through the circuit in, that being how electricity works. Pardon me. Well, let's have cocktails. And poker. Yeah?
It works. I'll screw everything together again and you'll be set.
Okay, no, clearly we could have gone with any of those. Also, if you had these neon light shapes around, why were they not one of the things you had with the sign already? What other purpose did you have them for, Carmen? Welcome to Carmen's. We will serve you a martini glass with a lollipop in it.
The sign fixed, we headed outside and mounted it carefully over the cafe door.
Oh, that's perfect, Maria. It looks just how I imagined it. When I had this sign made, it all seemed so simple. Oh, I can't believe I might have to give it all up. I hope I've done enough.
It looks just how you imagined it, because you commissioned it, and the person who commissioned it knew what they were doing. I did very little.
The smile froze on her face as she spotted something over my shoulder. I turned to see.
Of course, my sister owns the only cafe in this entire town that isn't actually open.
For better or worse, Helena had arrived.
Are her shoulders always at that peculiar angle? I mean, no shade if they are.
Carmen opened her mouth to explain, but Helena swept indifferently past her. Finally pausing in the doorway, she turned back towards Carmen.
The first thing we're doing is getting rid of that hideous sign.
And with that, she disappeared inside. I hoped Carmen's chances of saving the cafe hadn't disappeared with her.
Everyone here is incredibly messy. Time for an off-brand Game Boy.
It was the day before the festival, and the whole town was busy getting ready. I had more work than I knew what to do with. When Joseph called with another job, I was craving the cool quiet of his and Izzy's seafront house. I'd barely reached their front door when I heard someone calling me.
Psst, Maria, I need your help. Quickly, it's top secret.
It was Izzy, peeking out from the side of the house. She beckoned for me to follow her. She led me through to a beautiful, unruly garden overflowing with flowers of every color. Nestled among them was a playhouse, its doorway almost completely obscured by a towering rose bush.
You have to squeeze past it and breathe in real small, like this.
Izzy took in a big gulp of air and crawled through the gap and into the playhouse. I hadn't planned on crawling in the dirt today, but the life of a repairwoman never did run smooth.
That whole breathe-in thing, like, that never made sense to me, because surely breathing in makes your chest expand.
On the table inside, there was an electronic toy. Not exactly the usual stock in my parents' antique shop.
I had an accident. I didn't do it on purpose or anything, but it won't turn on anymore. Can you fix it for me?
Ooh, we've got a cutting board now. Oh, and I like the background. Just, yes, we're very much doing this on a map that we own in Izzy's playhouse. Yes, as we repair the new frame kid. Oh, assume that would be screwed on, isn't? When you say you had an accident, how did that accident involve shorting the PCB? I'm genuinely fascinated to know. Take out the broken button, replace with a non-broken button. There we go. Yeah, was the accident that you let it get struck by lightning? Oh, right, that whole case was burnt and I needed to take that back off. Stick that one there. And then just connect everything up again. Now, was there a specific way we had to do that, or just make sure likes connect to like? So, screen lights on 1, screen light. One. Sound 2. Sound. Other thing. 3. Other thing. Well, the lights are all green, so that's a good sign. Battery in, battery cover on. Copy of Yokoi Pop and Play Forest Adventure. In.
Do grown-ups play games as well?
Hard to say. It is. It's very hard to say. There you go. It's a pop and play.
Can you show me how to play? I tried before, but it was so hard.
I mean, I'm going to be playing it with a mouse, and I'll still probably not find it that hard. Follow the things. Punch a bird. Oh no, we're taking photos of the bird. We did the thing! Congratulations us! Yokoi, of course, named for Gunpei Yokoi.
I watched Izzy
developer of the
retreat into
Game Boy.
its screen, taking refuge in a 3-inch world of her own. Well, I'd better head inside. Your dad is waiting for me.
Please don't tell him about the game. He'll think I broke it on purpose.
Again, I'd love to know what you did do.
Why would he think that?
Because, well, I kind of dropped it. Really hard. At the wall.
Was the wall an electric fence?
Izzy looked down, scuffing her shoes on the worn floor of the playhouse.
My dad said I have to go to this stupid festival tomorrow and put on a stupid dress, and I don't want to. All he cares about is working. He never wants to see me unless it's for his job. I'm not going. He can't make me.
I'm sure he can.
With that, Izzy dove back through the rosebush and disappeared into the wilds of the garden. She was so young. She couldn't be expected to see that her dad was struggling too.
This narrator's the same voice actress as Beacon Pines. Oh yeah. Do you know, I think you're right. Like, I haven't played that, but I'm watching a playthrough of it at the minute. And yes, I know you've done it on your stream, but it is a different playthrough. But yes, I think that is... It's either the same actress or somebody with a very similar voice.
It made me think. Had I really tried hard enough to understand my parents' point of view?
Am I being unreasonable? No, it's my parents who are wrong.
I was so focused on the adventures ahead of me Maybe I didn't care enough about leaving them behind.
I also think they should maybe be able to take care of themselves. Let's fix a watch. Something you never
Leaving
get
Izzy
professionals
hiding in the
for.
garden, I walked around to the front of the house and rang the doorbell. It was only then I noticed my favorite overalls covered in grass stains. I scrubbed desperately, but it was too late.
Maria, what are you doing? What happened to your clothes?
I was, repairing a lawnmower.
How unusual. Well,
Why?
do come in. The job I've got for you is a little more delicate.
Why is that unusual? The lawnmowers need repairing.
Totally embarrassed, I walked into an orderly room filled with papers and ledgers. So this was his office. You must be so busy getting ready for the festival. Are you looking forward to it?
Of course. It's traditional for the mayor to judge food from every cafe and restaurant in town. I'll be declaring the best chef in Bella Riva by this time tomorrow. Speaking of which...
He unclipped the watch from his wrist and very carefully handed it to me.
I'll have a tight schedule to follow, but my watch stopped working a while ago. Could you see if you can make it tick again?
I'm sure we can. Let's take a look at this. Let's...
Are you sure it will all fit back together?
No. No, everything's going to change shape while I've got it taken apart. Strap's fine. Who's always? Obvious joke. Internet says Maria is played by Rebecca LaChance. I don't know who plays her in Beacon Pines, so again, you might be right. All the mechanisms seem fine.
The main plate has completely cracked. I'll need to replace it. The cogs look good though. If I'm careful, I can reuse those.
Big Pines customized, but they sound a lot alike. Yeah. So the ratchet wheel will go on there, because that's why things tick. That went into it, I believe. That looks like it goes... No, that goes there. That doesn't go into either of them. That goes there. That goes there. No. I am not actually the best at watches. Lovely says it stopped ticking when that part is clearly ticking. Yeah. Those are mashing, so that's fine. Maybe it's that one. No. There we go, that's a very pleasing noise. And then that one goes on the back. That's the mechanism working fine. Now. Dial, fine. Just take the screws out to take the glass out. Which is honestly surprising. You'd think they'd fall out a bit, but hey. What do I know?
I've not gone a day without this watch since my wife gave it to me.
And you still won't have. I'll have this fixed in like 5 minutes. If that. Job done. There you go. Yeah, ticking was really the only thing it was doing.
As I handed the watch back to Joseph, my fingers traced over the engraving on the back. I hoped fixing this was one small way I could help him move forward.
I can't believe it's working, Maria. Thank you. My wife was a brilliant woman. Feeling this ticking on my wrist, it makes me feel like she's still here. Watches measure minutes and hours like they're infinite. I didn't know we had so little time. Even with Isabel, I barely see her. And when I do, she acts like she hates me.
I mean, that music transition was weirdly sudden. That was just because I accidentally clicked off the window. That one's on me. Yeah, what? A long time since you wore an analog watch, but you don't think you should feel it? I don't know. I guess just feeling the weight of it again. But yeah, saying measure minutes and hours like they're infinite. No, I mean, watches number minutes and hours. That's literally what we make them for.
Just then, the phone rang. Even when he was at home, his work was never done.
Sorry, Maria. I have to take this. I'll see you at the festival tomorrow.
He did say he felt it ticking, yes. It's, I don't know, but maybe he's just extremely sensitive.
As I left, I turned and saw him pacing the floor of his office, his watch glinting in the afternoon sun. I hoped its quiet ticking would at least bring him some peace during the busy days to come.
I was about to make an extremely niche reference that nobody would have got there. That would not have actually explained anything, so let's just move on. Next up, in technology that people might remember from yesteryear, is a slide projector.
When my last job of the day brought me to Carmen's apartment, the door was opened by someone I didn't expect to see, Helena.
It's almost like they're related or something.
Sorry for inflicting this mess on you. Carmen's never seen a knick-knack she doesn't want to buy, apparently.
Wow! Just, hello, largely stranger, allow me to insult my sister's house.
Carmen's apartment was a little chaotic, but totally charming. It was easy to imagine her living in a place like this. It definitely wasn't Helena's style. She seemed more upmarket than flea market. I wondered why she was even here.
We're having a clear out, or at least I am. Carmen's not helping, as usual. There's a market at the festival tomorrow. I'm selling some of these things to make her some money.
Again, I am just here as a tradesperson. I do not. This is really the moral of this story. Is when you've hired a tradesperson, they don't want your drama. Don't feel the need to immediately drag them into it.
She says she has nothing when there's all this stuff right under her nose.
Helena stepped delicately past the items on the floor and reached down to pick up one from the pile.
Look at this slide projector. Our parents treasured it, but Carmen treats it like a piece of junk. Can you take a look?
I'm sure I can, but you are doing yourself no favours, lady. Alright. Step 1 is always remove every screw you can find. Plonk.
light bulb is completely smashed. Okay, I'll need to redirect the light to the lens at the top for the projector to work.
So we want this to go at right angles. And then... yeah, and then if we get flummoxed by 3D mouse rotation, that goes that way? No? Ah, see, here I'm getting flummoxed by actually my own inability to understand 3D space. And then, right, so the other one will go in here. There you go, clearly the answer was just I hadn't moved quite enough.
Oh, typical. Carmen's even managed to get a slide stuck in here.
Lady, must you?
I was so excited when I moved to the city. Carmen, she looks so sad.
Maybe other people are different to you. Huge if
There's
true.
a clicker you'll need to attach. God knows how Carmen broke that as well.
Let me just first replace some screws. Where does this go? Ah. In here, because we don't have wireless ones, we plug it in.
When we were younger, Carmen was always following me around.
And then I decided to suck.
I suppose she looked up to me. A cool older sister. She used to ask me when I was coming home, but I was always too busy.
Helena was transfixed, staring at the two young sisters the projector had brought glaringly into focus.
I never meant to let her down.
But you haven't, have you? You came all this way just to help with the cafe, plus the money.
That's the problem. There is no money. I lost my job a few months ago. My savings are almost gone. I have nothing.
It's just in. People need to learn to communicate. Who knew?
Carmen thinks I'll throw my checkbook at her bad decisions and make them okay. But I can't. Not this time.
Have you considered maybe telling her that?
You know, the funny thing is, I came here wanting to tell her the truth. But she's so infuriating. How can I ask her for help when all she cares about is herself?
Does she though?
Helena fell silent, shrinking under the gaze of her younger self, projected onto the wall.
We drifted so far apart when I moved away. It felt like the only thing keeping us together was my bank balance. I know I have to tell her the truth. It isn't fair. But I already lost everything else. What if I lose her too?
Okay, A, if you do, the damage was already done. And B, I just came here to repair this slide projector. Wait, you say there's no money? Like, no... Am I getting paid? Am I getting paid?
The day of the festival finally came, and after all my hard work, I was ready to put down my tools and pick up a fork. The smell as I entered the main square was incredible. Each stall was selling food even more delicious than the last. The competition would start any minute. Most stall holders were waiting anxiously for the mayor to pay them a visit. All of them, that was, except Carmen, who was still frantically chopping vegetables and stirring pots.
Maria! Thank God you're here. Can I ask you the world's biggest favour? Helena was supposed to help me run the stall today, but she never turned up. Probably too ashamed to show her face. I can't believe she lied to me.
Carmen was stirring so furiously, she was in danger of tipping the pot over altogether.
The mayor will be here any minute for the judging, but I'm almost out of my special.
She wasn't really going to ask me, was she? Not on my day off.
I mean, these people have apparently been determined to drag you into their lives in every other way as well, so why are you surprised?
I have a stove ready to build and everything. Can you set it up and make me a spare batch?
Oh, we have to build the stove as well. Again, really hope we're getting paid. Also, how does stove? Ah. We have diagram of how does stove. Where's the thing? Oh wait, that's the thing, just seen from a different angle, Emma. Nah. Don't you just hate it when, you know, space insists on being 3D?
It all fits. Now to light the gas.
Just drop the... Sure. Okay, so that's lit, and we clearly shouldn't stand it up. That would make no sense at all. Ingredients, 1 pint of stock. I'm gonna go with that's how much that was. 1 stick of... How do I have to put the thing on the stove? Where's the rest of the stuff? Oh, what do I need to...
Oh, her
okay.
recipe is a bit smudged. Never mind, I'm sure whatever I put in will be fine.
Yeah, that's how recipes work. Okay, but where's the food? Okay, now I can do the thing.
I think that pot is really boiling now. Smells great if I say so myself. Here are the ingredients that Carmen's given me. What to add first?
Okay, so a 1/4 stick of... I'm gonna go with butter. Because, you know, Americans insist on measuring that in ways that make no sense. 1/2 a... I'm guessing that means carrot. That's alarming. I'm gonna guess half a carrot is all of this carrot that I was given. 2 broccoli flowers.
That looks good. I'll scoop a spoonful when I'm ready to serve.
I'm not done yet, Maria. Calm yourself. A handful of chopped tomatoes. Let's go with that. 3 wild mushrooms. Precisely. And plenty of... what's that? I'm guessing onion? Because I mean, plenty of onion is usually a safe bet to go for anything. That's a colour I love food being. Sure. Carmen, it's 4 seasons.
My part done, Carmen took over and added the finishing touches. It was just in time, and a moment later, Joseph arrived with Izzy in tow. Carmen anxiously handed them both a serving.
That was so tasty. Can I have some more, please?
Well, you've certainly earned yourself a loyal customer in my daughter. We have a few more meals to taste, but so far you are one of the best. Good luck.
I mean, your daughter's like, what, 8? 8-year-olds are not known for their discriminating palates. Okay, it looks like we are going to be finishing this today. I'm just going to run a bit long, but that means that now, just need to take another 3-minute break. As ever, don't go anywhere, or, you know, go and grab a drink, and all those other good self-care things, she says, like a hypocrite might. And I will be back for the rest of this in 3. See you then. And we're back. Hello, everyone.
Joseph and Izzy looked so happy together. Maybe the festival was doing them some good after all.
Free stuff often does.
Carmen, on the other hand, seemed annoyed. But why, when it had all gone so well?
I wish Helena was here to see this. She's so convinced I'll never succeed at anything.
She wants what's best for you. She's just not very tactful about it.
Yes, I know. Even when I was a kid, she pushed me when no one else did. I just wish she hadn't lied to me. But then, I've asked so much of her over the years. I never stopped to think how much she actually had to give.
So what you're saying is we all suck at communicating. But hey, let's not think about that. Let's fix a record player.
The festival finished. I only had 1 day left before I had to catch my train and leave Bellariva behind. I couldn't go without saying goodbye to Carmen. So, that evening, I made my way to the cafe. It was unrecognizable. She'd done it. Best food in Bellariva. Half the town was outside waiting to see what the fuss was about.
Maria! My favorite sous chef! Come on through!
It was Carmen, acting every inch the successful cafe owner she deserved to be. Even Helena was there, serving the coffees. This was the last place I expected to see her after yesterday's drama. Carmen led me through to a balcony upstairs, where she brought out an old record player.
I found out where Helena was on the day of the festival. She was selling her camera to clear the cafe's debts. But then she didn't have much left for herself. So, I've asked her to come and stay with me for a while. We have a lot of catching up to do. I wanted to give her this, to cheer her up. We listened to it all the time when we were kids. Do you think it has one last tune in it?
I mean, yeah, this is how fixing things works. I mean, frankly, if I fix it and it only has one tune left in it, I've not done my job right.
Okay, let's see what happens when we turn this on. The speaker isn't connected properly. I should check the wiring.
You can tell because it's emitting
The speaker
shapes.
isn't connected properly. I should check the wiring.
Just remove that. Don't need that part. Take out the disc. Probably for the best. Oh wow, everything just clips
Here's the
together.
problem. This wiring isn't connected properly.
Which does rather raise the question of how it worked before.
If I turn the volume up, I should be able to hear it now.
And where's the other end of the rewind wire? I assume that's that one, on account of it being the one that's left.
I think that should do it. This record should play beautifully. It's spinning the wrong way. How can I get it to play in the right direction? It must be to do with the motor. Let's see if one of these spares can turn things around.
Well, that's haunting. No, but I want to fix the speed. I had that ice cream you like was going to come back and start. Model U5786, which is not the same model as either of these. Ah, but there you go. They wanted a U57W0, which is that one. And boom.
Well, it's playing in the right direction. I should check it's turning at the
What will
correct
remain
speed.
of these days? The sweetest words I've ever heard.
The record player's crackling tune must have caught Helena's ear, as she appeared a few moments later.
Is that my old record player? I can't believe you've kept it all these years, Carmen.
Leaning over the music, they looked just like the young sisters the slide projector had preserved all these years, inseparable once again. Carmen told me about your camera.
Inseparable, by which we mean
It was a
currently
really
together.
generous thing to do.
I loved that camera, but I love my sister more. Now it's her time to be the person she wants to be. I'm going to stay here with her for a while. Make up for lost time.
Carmen and Helena's relationship wasn't suddenly going to be perfect, but they were both prepared to try. And to think, it had all started because of a call Carmen made about some seasoning tips. I guess in the end, maybe it wasn't so hard to just pick up the phone and dial. I hadn't spoken to
Excuse
my
me,
own
I'm feeling
parents in a
personally
year.
attacked.
I wanted to hear their voices more than anything. But the silence between us was so cavernous. I didn't know how I'd ever find the words to bridge it.
If only I'd just been doing some kind of thing that gave me the moral that people just needed to communicate better. With that. Anyway, on to case 12.
final morning in Bellariva, I received one last call out to Joseph and Izzy's house. I knew I had to pack, but I figured I could squeeze in
This
one
game was
final
written
job
by
before I
Holistics.
had to leave.
Yeah.
When I arrived, I found Joseph tidying up his wilderness of a garden. The playhouse was already cleared. Inside, I could see Izzy happily testing out her screw-driving skills on the back of her cassette deck.
You've made quite the impression. Isabel, Izzy, tells me she's going to be a repairwoman like Maria.
I'm sure she could be anything she wanted if she put her mind to it.
And again, she's like 8. She probably wants to be whatever the last person she met did.
She could. She's a brilliant child. Spending the day with her at the festival, I haven't had so much fun in ages. I wanted to give her something before she starts to forget.
Inside, the house was transformed, flooded with light and the sounds of the garden. It felt alive again. This would be my last repair in Bellariva, but it felt like it was the house that had really been restored.
Like to lean on that moral any harder?
It's a music box.
Metaphor more than a moral,
It used to
anyway.
play beautifully, but now when I wind it up, nothing happens. I'd love for Izzy to hear it sing again. Can you help?
Yes, because again, this is absolutely not the kind of thing you should get a specialist in for.
Maria, could you add this family picture of us?
Interesting that you just had one. How long have you been planning this? I feel like it's probably a while. How do you want me to... What order do you want me to put these things in, or do you just not want me to fix that until the end? Oh, yeah, it's the photo we saw on the mantle. Okay, fair point. Okay, let's find some screws. 90% of these things are about finding and removing screws. There's a bird on a stick. Okay, screws. Oh, that was just to remove the base? Ah, but that was attached to it. Oh, right. I've just noticed that hatching. That means that we need to apply some glue so that we can put the picture in. Fair enough, game. I'll pay attention if you're going to insist on it. Splotch. So wait, why do you need the screws and the glue? It seems over-engineered. No, I'm trying to fix. Put this down, put this, there we go, thank you.
This mechanism is completely broken. I'll need to take it all apart before I can fix it.
I mean, yeah, that's usually your job. Where's my cursor gone? Okay. Oh, there you go. It had just disappeared for some reason. Replace things one by one so that I know what I'm doing. Is that the order to put them in? Probably not. Can I test it without putting it back in? Okay, these cogs look like they probably want to be the other way around.
Perfect. The mechanism is good as new.
Nothing there. This on here. Add screws until something happens. Where? What? What did I just take out? I'm so confused. Oh, there is a bird. Ah, it will go with this bird. I see, if you actually use all the components, things will work.
I think that's everything back together again. I should play it to make sure.
And for, you know, an emotional payoff.
My wife used to sing this song to Izzy each night before bed, but I always worked too late to join them. Will you dream a dream for me if I sit by your side and hold you so tight? Know that I will always love you, even though we both know that we must say goodnight. I've missed so much already. I want to be the father my wife wanted me to be.
Turns out, relationship's good.
I've ended up so much like my own father, working all the time. Izzy needs me more than that, especially now it's just the two of us. My daughter comes first. Well, until she gets bored of her stuffy old dad anyway.
I'll never ever get bored of you, Dad.
Incorrect.
Izzy came running into the room where Joseph scooped her up and onto his shoulders. She gazed at the music box, her eyes shining. I'd never seen her look so happy.
Thank you, Maria, for everything. The things you fixed for me. I'm so glad to have them back.
Joseph was a good father, and I could tell he was determined to be an even better one. When it came down to it, that was all any of us wanted. A second chance to make something right. My time in Bellariva was almost over, but before I left, I knew there was something of my own I needed to fix.
Some of us also want large amounts of money and unmarked bills. Sure, Emma.
My time in Bellariva was almost at an end. Another chapter finished in a story whose ending I hadn't felt ready to write. The people I'd met, the items I'd restored, they'd taught me so much about what was really important. Pulling out my suitcase from beneath the bed, I remembered the day I stole it from my parents' shop. The day I left.
Dramatic twist.
Afterwards, I was too ashamed to call them, to apologize. It was a guilt I'd been carrying around every day since.
I mean, if the suitcase disappeared and you disappeared on the same day, they could probably put that together.
As I packed, I knew that it was up to me to find a way to lighten the load.
Genuinely thought that said history of witches.
Helena gave me these designer shirts. Not sure I'll pull them off as well as she does.
My shoulders aren't at the right angle for it. Yeah, where's all the other stuff you brought with you?
Joseph's idea of light reading for the train. It does look thorough. My parents would love Bellariva. Maybe I can convince them to make the trip. My train ticket. I can't believe it's time to leave Bellariva behind. The recipe for Carmen's special. I'm under strict instructions to guard it with my life.
You couldn't have just written down a copy. No? Okay.
The soundtrack to my travels. I'll be listening to this on the journey.
And everyone needs a Stegosaurus.
Izzy gave me this in exchange for my repair manual. She'll be a pro in no time.
Where's your toolbox? No?
My suitcase was full, but it was my heart that felt heavy as I made my way to the station. I was sorry to be leaving Bellariva behind, but I hoped that in my own small way I'd made a difference. Helena and Carmen's reunion was possible because they'd learned to overcome their differences. Joseph had realized he shouldn't let his grief or his work get in the way of his relationship with Izzy. They'd each learned to see things from someone else's perspective. Maybe it was time I saw things through my parents' eyes. I knew it would be easier to jump on the next train, put even more distance between us, but I finally felt ready to talk to them. I just didn't know if they would feel the same. Did I even remember their number? I wasn't sure until I reached for the phone and it all came flooding back.
Dial the number.
Mom? Dad?
Maria? Is that you?
Get some credits. Oh yeah, it was Rebecca LaChance. Although not actually finish. Because this has the epilogue that they added in a post-launch update.
Dear Maria,
Okay.
Carmen here. Sorry I haven't written. The cafe's been absolutely manic since you left.
For a minute I was like, am I going to have to read this one? Did they not add more VA? But yes, they did.
Luckily, I have Helena here to help. You wouldn't recognise her. She's like a new woman.
Still weirdly slanted though.
She's always running around, taking orders and making drinks. I even heard her compliment a customer on their outfit. Personally, I draw the line at fluorescent green bowling shirts, but each to their own. It certainly made the customer smile. She misses the city though. Bellariva's many things, but it's definitely not as chic as she'd like. She said there was a coffee shop near her old apartment where they made coffee with a shape drawn on top.
Yep, that's a thing.
It got me thinking, I'm an award-winning chef. I can figure out how to put a leaf on a cappuccino. A bit of cosmopolitan coffee might be just what Helena needs.
I mean, chef and barista are different skill sets, and also, you're an award-winning chef. You won one award for soup we made.
Of course, ordering a new coffee machine was the easy part. I wish you could have seen the mess I got into trying to put the thing together.
My hands are now covered in second-degree burns. So, as ever.
I saw Maria use her screwdriver a million times. Taking this apart will be easy.
Yeah, just keep removing screws until everything falls apart. I like that now your pause is a cookie rather than a cup of coffee.
These pipes look pretty simple. I should start with them.
Why is that still emitting? Feel like you should maybe have turned it off.
Oh, I wish
Nope.
Maria was here. She'd know how to put these pipes together.
I mean, those ones, you follow the arrows. These...
That steam doesn't look good. There must be something wrong with the pipes.
Now to...
Finally, no more steam.
Well, I mean, the steam is still happening. That's how the coffee is made, Miss Award-winning Chef. Okay, so connect like to like, power to power. Follow these lines, and these crossover on the way. I don't think so. So the cup icon goes that way and down to that lower one. The other one to the other one. Lights are green, that's usually a good sign. Stick these back on. And then... what are the 1, 2, and 3?
It doesn't seem to work unless the circuit lights are all green.
Yes, I know. Did I miss something? Did I go too hard with the fastening it together? No. Is there anything inside the casing? No. Ah, but there is something at the back there. That's what I get for not examining all angles. Okay, so this is just going to be... so the 1, 2, and 3 are just going to be straight through connections. So let's say power is 1. Cup is 2. Steam is 3. Power 1. Cup 2. Steam 3. The lights, they are green. Fantastic. Stick that back on. Stick that back on. Stick that screw in. Casing. Screw. And screw.
I think that's everything. Better test the buttons, just to make sure.
And that was how I got these scars.
All done. Piece of cake. Time to make my first coffee, I think.
This is the least complicated espresso machine you've ever seen. Yeah. I mean, most of these things are significantly simplified. I've had an espresso machine for years, and after having to clean it, I would advise literally no one to get an espresso machine. Yeah.
Smells delicious. Now to make it look magical.
You drink $7 Starbucks every day? Would you like to make having cheaper coffee a full-time job? Yeah.
A perfect coffee. All it needs is a saucer and a couple of Helena's
Latte
favourite
art is my
biscuits.
passion. An excellent choice of favourite biscuit. And then I passed the saucer directly through the coffee. I don't know why my coffee is, what's that, like Capricorn? But here we are. So why are Lotus Biscuits now Joe? Biscuit by Joe.
I was feeling more has-been than coffee queen by the time I'd made a drink fit for human consumption. It looked a bit, postmodern, but knowing Helena's refined
That word
tastes,
means a thing.
I hope she'd think it was intentional. Always the connoisseur, she didn't even bother to look at it at first. She was so busy wafting it under her nose. Steamed up her glasses, of course. How was she going to see my work of art through an eye full of fog? When she finally spotted it, though, she was totally impressed.
Sure she was.
I'll admit, she spent several minutes trying to figure out exactly what it was I'd drawn. She decided it was probably a horse. Well, what she doesn't know won't hurt her. She was impressed enough to ask for another one. I guess I'll need to get some practice in. The whole thing was such hard work, Maria. I never realised how difficult it was, all that mechanical stuff. It made me realise how much I have to thank you for, so I wanted to say that now. Better latte than never. Hoping you're well. Your friend, Carmen.
It was a lot better before that pun. But hey, at least we helped them. And that's assemble with care. Which, you know, I said we'd run a bit long with that, and we have. So, you know. Clearly what this goes to show is I've never told a lie and can always be trusted. But thank you, all. Yes, hydrate and stretch, I know. Yes. Time for me to do the wrap-up, I suppose. Thank you all for watching. And thanks for staying to the end of that, and indeed of the whole Sig Corp series, because that was a heck of a thing. Honestly, turned out way better than I was expecting, so thanks, Freebird Games. And, of course, thanks to this other unrelated game that I am now talking over. Thanks to the makers of this game as well, I suppose. Thanks to everybody who makes games that I can play on my channel. You know. The video game industry. It's got its problems, but I am broadly in favour. Yeah, so, yeah, thanks for watching, thanks if you stayed to the end. If you've been watching this, you know where to find me, but just in case, this is twitch.tv/Serasent, that's SERASENT, the House of Hubris. And we stream every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday at 2 PM British time, that is 9 AM Eastern, 6 Pacific, other time zones are available. You'd think I'd remember those numbers by now, but here we are. And yeah, we will be back on Thursday with something else. Don't know what at the minute. I guess we'll all find out. If you want to know when I am around and what I'm doing, then best way to do it is throw us a follow. You know, it doesn't cost you anything, puts my numbers up, but most importantly means you get notified whenever I'm around. If you do miss anything, VODs are on the Twitch for 8 weeks after the fact. For everything else, you can go to the YouTube, link is down there. Doesn't have a flashy URL, so click the link. And that's got everything going back to the very start of the channel, which is nearly 2 years ago now, as people have been reminding me, which is wild. Also, cool, everything just vanished from my brain. While you're on the YouTube, if you want to throw us a subscription there, that would be great. Again, doesn't cost you anything, gets me closer to having a URL I can actually pronounce, but most importantly of all, gets you hot, fresh VODs in your subscription feed every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. If you feel like me providing unsolicited therapy to all these people's family drama is worth your monetary support, you can, of course, cheer or subscribe on Twitch, but you very much don't need to. Just turn up and hang out and be good to each other, and then everyone's having a good time. There's another thing I say there, can't remember what it was. These, you know, it's freeform, these change. Where did I even just get? If you want to find me elsewhere on the internet, best place to look, although not best in general, let's be real, is Twitter. Link is, again, down there, says Twitter. But it's also, just look on Twitter at House of Hubris, HOUSEOFHUBRIS. One day I'll remember how to put that together. Look, I changed the handle last week on a whim. Is it still a whim if you've been kind of meaning to do it for weeks? And the rest? Anyway. Yeah, so check out my Twitter, where you can find memes and me shouting at the world and, you know, general other projects, on which note, not many ongoing projects at the minute, but if you want to come and check out twitch.tv/thehypegoblin, that's THEHYPEGOBLIN, for a one-off interstitial this Saturday, that is the 15th of October, from 10:30 British time, that's 5:30 Eastern, 2:30 Pacific, other time zones do maths, where you can find me doing... I'll start again. It's the one-off between seasons Q&A session for Numenera. We wrapped the first season a few weeks back. Dates, what even are they? And yeah, so you can turn up then to ask us any questions, or get them in on the Hype Goblin Discord, or just send them to me and I'll pass them on. Any burning questions about the first season of Numenera, then get them to us, and that's when we'll be asking them. Okay, given that I've apparently completely lost the ability to English, I'm gonna go. Also because, you know, normally my stream would have finished 3/4 of an hour ago. But one way or the other. Okay, so yes, I will say again, love you all. Thanks all for watching, and I will see you again on Thursday when we will start something new. And I'm very excited to find out what it is. Alright, love you all. See you then.